Hello, hello! In this video, we'll be hunting for Dark Temple keys within the sprawling and chaotic lands of Aether in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Unlike most of the other pickups in the game, you'll need every Dark Temple key to be able to restore Aether back to its former glory and beat the game. If you find this video to be helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned for my other guides. Without further ado, let's dive on into Agon Wastes with Dark Temple key number 1. Alrighty, so for key number 1, we find ourselves in the Dark Agon Temple. To start, simply hug the perimeter to the left and then snag the key from the tiny room tucked away to the side. Easy peasy. Dark Agon's second key has us making a trip to the Spacepire Command Center in Agon Wastes. First, we're going to need to use the dark beam on the rift in the room to open a portal to Dark Aether. Once in Dark Aether, find the statue covering made of brimstone and destroy it with a missile. From there, activate the switch with the dark beam to lower the platform before hopping up to where the Dark Temple key is patiently waiting. The last Dark Temple key for Agon Waste is found at the Battleground. Here we'll first approach the seemingly unguarded key in the center of the room. Once approached, the key will be taken, the doors will be locked, and Samus will be surrounded by Warrior Ing. Fight the enemies until they are all defeated in order to claim your prize and unlock the doors. One trick to make killing the Ing easier is to use the light beam on all the nearby light beacons so they die upon making contact. Happy hunting! After returning the energy to Agon Wastes, Samus needs to do the same for Torvus Bog, which lands us in the Dark Torvus Arena for the first Dark Torvus key. After defeating the Boost Guardian and reclaiming the Boost Ball, Samus can retrieve this key via the half pipe that spans the room. Positioning yourself where the circles touch on the floor will line you up with the key. Torvus Bog's second key has us starting in a room called the Hydrodynamo shaft. At the bottom of the shaft, there's a rift right above the door. With a gravity boost, hop onto the spinning turbine and make your way through the portal with the dark beam. Once through the portal, just take a few steps forward to claim another key for yourself. The third and final key for the bog brings us to the Venomous Pond. First, we'll need to enter the morph ball and travel through a hollow route to the left of the room's entrance. Next, grapple across the huge gap to snag our glowing prize. After the situation has been corrected in Torvus Bog, Samus then gains access to the Sanctuary Fortress, which brings us to the Culling Chamber within the Hive. In this room, we'll first want to clean out the handful of space pirates that are floating about. The Dark Visor, Charged Dark Beam, and some missiles make this quick and easy. Next, make your way to the back of the room where a spider ball track can be seen. Follow it and the path it leads to snag the first key for this area. Our next stop brings us to the Hive Gyro Chamber in the Hive. Here we'll need to make our way up a series of platforms and spider ball surfaces until we reach the top of the room. Using the boost ball, we can reach a circular track near the ceiling, which has the key we want hovering in its center. Hive key number 3 lands us in a cold metallic room called the staging area. While we start here, the room we actually care about is far above. Make your way into the nearby shaft where you can then use the screw attack to ascend the tall and otherwise empty room. Through the door at the top, you'll find your final key for the Hive. Once all the energy has been returned to the 3 areas, it is finally time to return to the main energy controller in the Great Temple. Here we can see all the energy pouring in from each corner of the planet, which earns Samus access to a new suit upgrade from Umos. This new suit, the Light Suit, makes finding all of the Sky Temple keys possible for the first time, which is a perfect segue into the next segment. To kick off the Sky Temple Key Collectathon, we'll make our way over to the Phazon grounds of the Sky Temple grounds. First, there's an annoying secret missile door barring our path, so let's blast it away. From there, we'll need to maneuver around the next couple of rooms with their tunnels and platforms. If you don't have the light suit here, the little specks known as Inkstorm will rip right through your suit and health. In case you had any doubts, that's not good. Hopping up the cliffs and ledges will eventually lead you to a lone door. Go through this door, switch over to the Dark Visor, and shoot down the flying ink cache in the center of the room for our very first Sky Temple key. The second Sky Temple key lands us in the shrine access of the Sky Temple grounds. We'll first be using our Morph Ball to navigate some tunnels to bring us to a Super Missile door. Once you find it, blast it away to enter the Defiled Shrine where the key sits in wait. Swap to the Dark Visor and open the Flying Ink Cache to snag key number 2. Also, the light crystals charged with the Annihilator Beam draw in the ink and then insta-kill them on contact for those that don't know. Fun fact. Key number 3 takes us to the Plane of Dark Worship in the Sky Temple grounds. Initially, we'll have to blast through a Seeker Missile door to get where we want to go. Travel through the following tunnel and into the next room. In the far corner, the ink cache lies hidden, so use the Dark Visor to target it, destroy it, and then take its key. The fourth Sky Temple key brings us back into Dark Agon within a room called Dark Oasis. In this room, there's a massive wall with lots of Densium in it, which means we get to whip out the old power bomb. Drop one nearby to expose the room behind it. From there, drop into the poisonous bog with the Dark Visor equipped to find the flying ink cache submerged on the right side of the pond. All that's left then is to just break it and take it. Our fifth key takes us farther into Dark Agon Waste by kicking things off in the Battleground. For this key, we'll need to do a bit of platforming on some invisible lifts. Don your Dark Visor, then steadily make your way across the room to where the ink cache is waiting for you. Sky key number 6 brings us back to the bog within the dungeon of Dark Torvus Bog. With the light suit, we'll navigate the poisoned waters of this room easily, so jump into the opening beneath the nearby rift. From here, we'll need to activate the various light nodes to deter a number of drones from blocking our path. Keep doing this and navigating the small maze until the flying ink cache is visible with the dark visor. Lucky Sky Key number 7 has us visiting the Poisoned Bog in Dark Torvus Bog. Similar to our other bog experiences, we're going to go for a swim. Drop into the right side of the massive pool and seek out the flying ink cache with the dark visor. Break it and bag your new key. Sky Temple Key number 8 takes us deep into the Hive, starting in the portion of the Dynamo Works room that lies just beyond where the Spider Guardian used to be. Our first barrier is a power bomb door, so unleash one of those before entering the portal behind that door. Once in the Hive, use the Morph Ball along with the Spider and Boost Balls to make your way to the far side of the room. The Dark Visor will then reveal the ink cache that hangs out above the ledge, which will break for yet another key. The ninth and final Sky Temple key brings us to the Hive's entrance. Here we'll primarily be making use of the screw attack and the light suit's special ability to travel along beams of light. Hop across the ravine and ride the giant beam of light on the other side. Once at the top, go ahead and cross the ravine one more time. With the Dark Visor, we'll then see the ink cache, which has our final key. And with the last key, I hit 100% of the pickups. If you like this guide, be sure to keep an eye out for the other pickup guides that'll come out in the future. Now that we've acquired all the Sky Temple keys, the last thing to do is head on over to the Sky Temple Gateway. This is where all the Sky Temple keys will grant access to the Sky Temple itself. Meander on over to the center where a glowing aura awaits and transcend the beam of light. Best of luck with your final battles. And that's it for all the Dark Temple keys. I hope you were able to bag your items a little easier than before. You won't be able to beat the game if you don't grab them all, so make sure you don't forget any. Also, a big thank you to my community and wonderful patrons seen here. Definitely appreciate you guys sticking around despite me taking forever to get these videos out. I hope you all enjoy. If you'd like to join our little crew, be sure to check out my link tree in the description to see my social media pages and join the Discord where we drop memes and share Nintendo news. Also be sure to subscribe so you can keep an eye out for more guides in the future to conquer the other pickups as well. Until next time, stay frosty everybody.